She ended up.
And Maine showing bunts right away. It's a theme that they've shown throughout their 3 games. They have bunted early, often, and more than any other team in the New England region.
And if the short game works, you got to do it, right? You've got to put the ball in play any way you can, be aggressive, and if that's how your batters are getting on base, you utilize it as much as you can. Take advantage
Lydia
of that.
Weeks, who is 3 for 5 with a double. Dream job is to be a lawyer. She's already turned 13. And she fouls that one back. Top of this Maine lineup has done a lot of great things, as we will see. The top of the lineup with 12 hits combined, those first 3 spots in the order. Two count.
Circle again. I feel like Sapola has done a great job settling that defense, but of 3, she's one of kind of the mid-wild pitchers, has to limit what she does, gets a good ground out there for the first out of the game, and that's a good start. She tends to be better in a relief situation, but here setting the tone early on getting this quick ground ball, Tortolano to Okalovic for the out.
Already off to a better start than that first inning against Connecticut. Throwing strikes, making plays. And that'll bring up Nora Spires, the shortstop, and she is bunting as well. That's foul. Whatever she's done, Jenny, whether it's swing away, barrel it up, drive in runs, or bunt the softball, she has not been gotten out yet. 7 for 7.
You saw there her favorite athlete was Jada Coleman. If you're Jada Coleman watching her, 7 for 7, that's kind of performance that you can probably see from Jada Coleman sometimes. Outstanding ball player in her own right.
And that did clip her foot, so they still haven't gotten her out. She gets on a hit by pitch.
Emily Ireland.
We'll bring up Emily Ireland, who's the catcher. And she will be behind the plate with Lily Regan in the circle. Not only are they a great battery who work together all the time, they are pretty much best friends. Stolen base attempt from Spires, and she is in there into scoring position.
Credit to Maine, they find a way to be aggressive. Spires going on the pitch, the throw just a little bit high. Tortolano goes and puts the tag down just a little bit too late. Runner in scoring position for Maine, and you get a situation like that, all it takes for the heart of this lineup, the closer you can get her to third base, to home plate, then you're able to make things happen. Outfield hits, sacrifice flies, so it gets you in a situation where you can do more at the plate.
She gets this one down fair, and the throw goes into right field in foul territory. 1 run is in, and Ireland continuing to circle the bases and ends up on third.
And this is where Rhode Island needs to be careful, is their defense. This throw just sails over the head of Bree Bedard. Nokolovic charges the bunt well, but has to make the on-target throw, and that allows Ireland to get all the way to third base. A run scores, and again, looking at this Rhode Island team and that rough inning they had yesterday, part of it was some of the defensive miscues that they really need to clean up. And if they do that with the pitcher, Sapola, in the circle, they really find a way to limit what the offense can do. It's just about putting it all together and being solid all around.
Maris Lopresti, she drops one down as well. And a close play, and the ball gets away at first, so she is in there safe. And the second run comes in for Maine.
Now batting, number 11, Lily Regan.
Bunting creates havoc on a defense. For a team that's struggling a little bit defensively, this is the best way to really attack, and you're seeing Maine do what they do best, that throw just a little bit off.
Maine running again. Great throw, and the tag applied by Cara Tortolano, and Maris Lopresti is out stealing for the second out of the inning.
Yep, going on the throw, but no doubt a much better throw, a little bit lower in the zone in front of the bag. Tortolano puts a good tag on the base, on the runner Lopresti.
Good job by catcher Angela Field. Up out of that crouch quickly. We didn't have the stopwatch for the pop time on there, Jenny, but it had to be good.
It's really, when you see these catchers throw down and make the plays on steals, the biggest thing that I've seen so far is just the throws on target is just a little too high, and you need to take away that tag time. Just have it thrown where you can put the tag on, and for Field, that last throw, just a beautiful shot right where it needed to be for Tortolano to put the tag on.
We've got Lily Regan at the plate. She'll be the starting pitcher for Maine, which is, well, it's almost saying the obvious. Oh, line drive right back at Luciana Cipolla, and she is there for the last out of the inning. But Maine strikes for two. How about these hands from Luch?
When I started my new kombucha business, I thought there would be a lot more kombucha and a lot less business.
As a new small business owner, I've learned that trying to be the cool boss is a lot harder when you're actually the stressed boss.
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole business part.
Not anymore. With QuickBooks, you can confidently manage your business. New business, no problem.
Yeah.
Success starts with Intuit QuickBooks.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary!
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And some great glove work there from Luciana Cipolla. And we will now look at Rhode Island's lineup as they look to get back those 2 runs. Natalie Santuri will lead off. There she is, the left-handed hitter, one of 2 in the lineup for Cranston, Rhode Island. Luciana Cipolla will bat second. Alexa Okalovic third, and Lila Riley, who for the last game moved up into the cleanup spot. This is Lily Regan. She has pitched all but 2/3 of an inning, so every out that Maine has got defensively, she's been on the mound for, except for 2, and she's been getting better and better.
Yeah, those 27 Ks to me just really stands out. Not a pitcher that I've seen so far in this region that's been able to stack up those Ks the way she does, and I think that's the best chance for this team defensively. If you can get outs without having to make a play, you just get the strikeout. That puts your team in a better position, and then it allows your hitters to kind of jump in when they're ready. But you're making the defense, you're limiting the batters that touch the base path.
That one in off the fist. Count goes to 1-2. Natalie Santuri playing third base today for the first time in this tournament. She had been the center fielder in each of the first 2 games. That's the thing with these players, you have to be versatile. There's going to be a lot of moving around, and you love to see it. They have the position listed next to their name, but the chances are they've played many positions, right, throughout the season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think, flexibility, especially at this age, to me is something that's important. There's a lot of athletes at this age that want to solidify one singular position, but you never know where you're going to end up. I know a lot of pitchers that don't end up being pitchers after this year. And some that start at shortstop that end up in outfield. I mean, there's a lot of colleges that'll recruit, and you'll get 7 or 8 shortstops on a team, and they just move them around in the infield and the outfield because they're the best athletes. So the best chance is to be as versatile as possible, learn the game, understand how each position works. You see that well here in Little League.
Absolutely. So Natalie draws a leadoff walk. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Luciana Cipolla, who's also done a pretty good job with the stick. She's 2 for 5 in their 2 games so far with a couple of RBIs. Loves the New York Yankees. We're not going to hold that against her. And running on the bases very quickly. First pitch. And now going to try to get an extra one after coming in safe at second. He's going to come up at third as well. So Natalie Santuri, leadoff walk, steal, overthrow, already at third.
Yeah, this throw just high. Santuri goes down, makes the tag, sees the throw, get away. Very heads up base running to get in, get to that third base. Rhode Island maybe taking a page out of Maine's book and just being aggressive on that base path. If you're watching these games and you're kind of scouting, you're able to watch several games that these teams have played, and if you know they're going to be aggressive, you have to answer back to that. You have to find a way to push runs across any way you can.
Right on that right there for Luciana Cipolla. She's not real big, but her coach says she is absolutely a great athlete. Rock solid.
Hardest worker on the team, which was one of my favorite notes about her, was that she just puts the extra time in, and said they had a 2-hour practice. She jumped in, and by the end of the practice, she was over in the corner with a bucket top doing hitting drills after practice was over. So it's one of those kids that puts in extra time. Pays off as well.
Absolutely. It's not a secret. You want to get great at this game or any other, having that work ethic. And that ball gets away, and oh, now in a pickle. Santuri in some trouble here. A lot of throws there. Santuri beats it. Unbelievable. A lot of these players, their favorite movie is Sandlot, and that's Benny the Jet getting in a pickle right there and winning.
I love that. That was heads up base running.
So interesting here. She slid head first going to an advancing base, which is technically illegal in Little League. So the celebration short-lived. She will be called out for that as a violation.
That's one of the things where knowing the rules and the importance, as you see a K there. 2 quick outs now.
Number 12, Alexa.
But you've got to know the rules. You've got to understand. And I think the hard part is when these kids play travel ball, and that's not an illegal move. Sometimes your natural reaction is just to get to the base as quickly as you possibly can. An unfortunate situation here for Rhode Island where they could have played a runner.
It is. You are allowed to dive back to the base from which you left in Little League softball, but you cannot dive to the one you're advancing to. So that was the violation. A very exciting play for sure, but what a terrible break for Rhode Island, who gets the out, run off the board, and then the next pitch was strike 3 from Lily Regan to Luciana Cipolla. So just like that, base is empty, 2 outs, and now ahead in the count, 1-2 to Alexa Olakovich. So no damage in the bottom of the first. Maine with a 2-run lead.
ShopLittleLeague.org is the destination for all your Little League official merchandise. Be a part of the excitement and gear up with Little League collectibles, apparel, World Series memorabilia, and a whole lot more. Get free shipping with your purchase of $50 or more today.
When I started my new kombucha business, I thought there would be a lot more kombucha and a lot less business.
As a new small business owner, I've learned that trying to be the cool boss is a lot harder when you're actually the stressed boss.
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole business part.
Not anymore. With QuickBooks, you can confidently manage your business. New business, no problem.
Yeah.
Success starts with Intuit QuickBooks.
I walk along the city streets you used to walk along with me. And every step I take recalls how much in love we used to be. Oh, how can I forget you when there is always something there to remind me? Always something there to remind me.
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn 2 times miles on every purchase.
The noise canceling. You're being too loud. Good choice. My lucky number.
Plus, earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel. What's in your wallet?
Let's go. It's time to play some softball. All the emotions, all the fun in Greenville, North Carolina at the Little League Softball World Series.
They will remember this forever.
And those memories begin on August 6th. The Little League Softball Regional Championships will put the spots in there. Everyone earns them from the southeast all the way to the northwest. We will have them for you on ESPN back to back to back to back, and on we go beginning at 11 a.m. The New England region is the 1 p.m. game, but hey, lock it on ESPN. 12 hours of regional champion Little League Softball for a spot in Greenville. What else would you want to do with your day tomorrow?
I love it. I'm going to be watching all of them after we call our games. I'm going to be tuning back in.
And now starting the top of the second inning, we've got Maine with a 2-0 lead. Kenzie Frank leading off. A Jordy Ball fan. You know, obviously a lot of these young ladies, they play all sports and love athletes from all sports, but more and more and more as we look at these bios and questionnaires that they put in. I mean, softball players, college softball teams, those are right up at the top of their list, Jenny.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And my favorite part when you watch Little League and as you grow is the amount of fans that college softball brings, that pro softball brings, their ability to look up to these athletes and see how they've achieved.
There are incredible amounts of role models and players that they can see, whether it's on their phones, on their televisions, watching the games. There is more and more of it available than ever. ESPN proud to be a big part of that. And, you know, it's not just, hey, because we think it would be nice. People are watching these games. The viewership is up dramatically in college softball as well as Little League softball on the way to Greenville. So this is fun for everyone, and really it's the opportunity for the girls to develop and play the game they love and have all those role models that they can see doing what they want to do.
My favorite thing about being in this sport, Mark, to me, is that every time you talk to somebody, no matter who you are, how involved you are in sports, if you tune in to a softball game, in general, you kind of become an instant fan. You want to watch more, you want to see more. For these girls at this age to be on TV and to be able to showcase what they can do, I mean, what an experience and a moment that they'll always remember.
Haley Elwell takes that for ball 2 inside, 2-1 count. She's 2 for 6 this week. No team has played more games than Maine after losing that opening round game on Sunday. They had to win 2 elimination bracket games, where their season was on the line. They've played their best softball in those 2 games. And now here they are playing as well as anyone with a chance to get to the regional championship game here in Bristol. Fouling it off to stay alive.
Probably an unpopular opinion But to me, I'd rather play more games. I think it keeps me in the loop. It keeps me going. You get those days off, and all of a sudden, you know, your focus might not be where it was. Rest is important, don't get me wrong, but I would love to come out and play a game. And, you know, you don't want to lose your first one ever because you don't want to be put in that position where your backs are against the wall every single game. But sometimes there's a benefit to that, and I think we're seeing that with Maine.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like each year and in each tournament, there is a story like that where that team, that, you know, they have that disappointment early and, you know, they want to come back, right? They want their shot at it. And then once you get that momentum, right, you win a couple games, you're playing great. You don't want a day off, right?
No, you're seeing the ball more. You're able to get more live action. Sometimes it just makes you better.
Next up, Amaya Levine. Still looking for her first hit of this tournament, but she has been able to help her team at the plate with a couple of walks and has scored a run. And runs at a premium so far. This is a close one. Maine won 2-1 in their most recent game after lots of runs scoring. So you never know what kind of game it's going to be. And she lays down a nice sacrifice bunt. Play is made in the field. Natalie Santuri crossed to first for the out, but not before Kenzie Frank has advanced to second.
This is a good bunt. Again, good execution of a bunt. Santuri does a good job just making the play at first to get out number 2. Advances the runner Frank to second base to go in scoring position. But at this point, having 2 outs in this situation is a good spot for Rhode Island to be in.
Brings up Grace McGlynn. She's got a couple of hits in the tournament. 3 runs batted in, so she's made the most out of them. A Mike Trout fan. Tremendous outfielder for the Angels. How about that pitch?
Great movement as it tumbles down into the zone. Forces McGlynn to swing and miss. Good job by Sepulveda to then bring it up in the zone there. It's a good mix of 2 pitches. You start low, you give her a different look up in the zone. 2 swings and misses.
Can't get her to chase there, but still it's 2-2. And a ground ball to the left side. Santuri coming over to make the play. Nice clean inning for Rhode Island.
When I started my new kombucha business, I thought there would be a lot more kombucha and a lot less business.
As a new small business owner, I've learned that trying to be the cool boss is a lot harder when you're actually the stressed boss.
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole business part.
Not anymore. With QuickBooks, you can confidently manage your business. New business, no problem. Yeah. Success starts with Intuit QuickBooks.
Hurry in to the Acura Summer of Performance event going on now.
Wow, look at these seats. They're great.
Yeah, kind of thought I had the aisle, but...
Hot nuts, popcorn, bundle and save.
Nuts and popcorn and savings. Just like bundling your home and car with Geico.
Yeah, in fact, hot nuts are like home insurance.
I get it, but Gecko explained it pretty clearly.
Whoa!
Hey, I know you.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, you. The guy who helped me bundle my home and car. He's great.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
Probably thought you were somebody else.
Okay.
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
Now batting number 33.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. A 2-0 game. Right now with Maine back into the field with Lily Regan in the circle. And Rhode Island looking to get something going here. Lila Riley, the cleanup hitter. And she is quickly ahead 2-0 in the count. Serena Williams, her favorite athlete. And now 3-0, so a little opening here. Lily Regan has not given her opponents very much over these last 2 days, including the first inning today. And that is ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk for Lila Riley. Find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. All right, big opportunity here for Rhode Island to try to get on the board. Cara Tortolano, the shortstop, big swing at that one down the middle.
A good movement on those pitches, and I think that Regan, you know, she works at a fast pace too, so it forces these batters to make quicker decisions. So if it's in that zone, you see Tortolano, who swung at 2 up in the zone. You can see the frustration potentially from her already. If I'm Regan, I'm going to go back up in that zone. You get a batter that's going and swinging freely. You go and you throw something out of that zone.
That was outside. Couldn't get her to chase there, but still, Lily Regan very much in control.
Willing the bat to get a hit right there, huh?
Not this time. 3rd strikeout of the game for Lily Regan. First out of the inning. Neither team has a hit yet. Mookie Betts fan for Bree Bedard, whose father, Chris Bedard, is the manager of this team, and she takes that outside. Now, she's got a little brother named Dylan who is 10 years old. And we've talked to Chris Bedard, also dad, of course. And Dylan is a really special kid. He's got a very rare condition called absence of corpus callosum. And basically it's, you know, where the parts of the brain aren't quite firing the way they should, and as a result, verbalizing things makes it's very difficult. And he's basically nonverbal and has an unbelievable connection with Bree, who Coach Bedard says is kind of like his protector, and they have a tremendous special relationship. And wanted to bring a little bit of awareness to that very rare condition and let you know about that relationship between brother and sister and how smart Dylan is, despite the fact that he can't speak. And he finds his own ways to communicate. And one of the really nice stories we've learned about this week in Bristol. So strike 3 swinging. Lily Regan keeps piling up those strikeouts.
Now batting number 18.
4 of the 5 strikeouts, outs have come via strikeout.
Yeah, and a great pitch just right down the middle, but good movement on it. Gets Bedard to swing and miss. A good pitch for her to swing at, just not connecting with it. Again, that pace that Regan works at and her ability to kind of bring it in that zone, that makes her that much more difficult. Doesn't give a batter that much time to settle in. And also, on top of it, started this inning with a walk, 4 straight pitches, and then bounced back with 2 Ks. And you've seen a lot of resilience, but that's key for pitchers.
Stolen base attempt, and the ball bouncing around there, never was quite gloved. So stolen base for Lila Riley, who led off with a walk.
The throw definitely beat Riley here, just couldn't hang on to it. Allows Riley to get all the way to second base, and what a story she is. Move herself up in the lineup and contribute as well as she does.
Oh, that was just foul. Good piece of it there for Ella Lamar. Playing left field today, played third base the first couple of games, and looking for her first hit, and that definitely would have driven in a run, just inches foul. she does. Strike her out again.
And Lily Regan striking out the side after giving up a first batter walk. Just an outstanding pitch on that outside corner, giving her team a chance to win.
When I started my new kombucha business, I thought there would be a lot more kombucha and a lot less business.
As a new small business owner, I've learned that trying to be the cool boss is a lot harder when you're actually the stressed boss.
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole business part.
Not anymore. With QuickBooks, you can confidently manage your business. New business, no problem.
Yeah.
Success starts with Intuit QuickBooks.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary.
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Nerds! Since we started looking for a better cashback credit card.
Options have been coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
At NerdWallet, we can help you make the smartest decision by comparing top cards.
Ooh, cashback on dining out.
Great, because our table.
NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
When Arby's added bacon to the Wagyu Steakhouse burger, it was like, not bad. Then Arby's grabbed that peppercorn ranch and has never felt more alive. Arby's, we have the meat.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Want to see some girls with game? Well, tune in to the excitement of the hashtag Summer of Softball and visit LittleLeagueSoftball.org for great content and information about starting a softball league and more. There is manager Chris Bedard. He doesn't like to coach the bases. He likes to manage the team from the dugout, and he's done a great job of that. Of course, his daughter Bree and son Dylan, who were telling you that very inspiring story about, and he was very open with us about how important it was and how grateful he is with the relationship between, and the pride he takes in his daughter Bree and that relationship with 10-year-old Dylan. And one of the funnest guys we can have a chat with. You know, Jenny, you talk to a lot of coaches, I'm sure. This guy is quite the character.
Yeah, he's open, he's honest, he has conversations, shared a lot with us and about his team, and it just allowed us to really understand kind of what the position a manager is in terms of making the right decision. I mean, we talked to him yesterday. He was, literally, Mark, I'd say agonizing about which pitcher to throw and had scenarios for each, wanting to put the best team out there and do the right thing. And, every coach that's here in the Little League, they just want to do the right thing for these athletes, give them a chance to come out here and win and give them an experience that they'll never forget. And there's a lot of pressure to me when it kind of falls on your plate to make the best decision possible and do the right thing for these kids.
No doubt about it. And he's called his team somewhat in a joking manner. He's got a great sense of humor, the island of misfit toys, and in that they come from different places. A lot of these teams that we see here have played together in their own little league and on their own teams and all that throughout, but a lot of these players aren't playing together as much on their own little league teams and then end up in the regionals. So they've come from, and they don't play together year-round either, right? The AAU travel programs and things like that, they're coming from different ones. So he's had to bring this group together in a hurry.
And it's hard. I mean, I think when you don't know what the person next to you is capable of, or, where they move, the range they have, things like that, it does require you to get to know your teammate well. And when you've never played together, that process sometimes is a slow one. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes they meld together really well. But he's done a really good job just putting this team together and trying to move kids around until they're in the right spot. And his team's so willing to make those adjustments, make those changes. and work to compete.
A 2-1 count right now for Lila Boudreau. She's been attempting to bunt, but she wants her pitch. Hasn't got it yet.
We're really seeing Cipolla settle in a lot in the circle. Got a K here against Claire Libby for the first out of this inning. Not a strikeout pitcher. They found a way to get it done there. She's a walk here, but this is a Maine team that has been able to hit the ball and score runs as of late. They've been really aggressive, and credit to Cipolla for really limiting what they've been able to do within the last couple innings.
So a 1-out walk for Lila Boudreau brings up Peyton Campobasso, the third base. And off and running again with the steal. Lila Boudreau safely in, standing up with a stand-up steal of second base.
Yeah, if I'm Angela Field, I am planning on throwing the first pitch that a batter gets on base here for Maine, because they have been aggressive in trying to take that base the first pitch of the next at bat. Just be prepared for that if you're a catcher. It's one of those things where anticipation behind that dish is really important, understanding the tendencies of the team. All things that you learn as you grow.
Peyton Campobasso gets the butt down beautifully. Santori quickly up with it, gets the out at first, but it will be a successful sacrifice bunt for Peyton Campobasso. Doing her job.
Now batting, number 5.
Great idea to bunt there too, because you're at the bottom of the lineup here. You've got a runner on the base path. This is coming the second time through the lineup here with Lydia Weeks here at the top of the lineup. This is where you want to be with a runner on third base.
And Lydia fouls that one off her foot on the first pitch. So we got 2 outs with that runner on third. E.J. Regan, the manager and coaching third base for Maine. He has a certain philosophy. They play a ton of small ball. They bunt a lot. They're aggressive on the bases. Nothing went right in that first game. Oh, and then picked off of third base. How about that? Angela Field doing a tremendous job to stop the threat and end the inning.
So Field paying attention, making the throw, getting the tag is Tortolano. Outstanding out for Rhode Island.
When I started my new kombucha business, I thought there would be a lot more kombucha and a lot less business.
As a new small business owner, I've learned that trying to be the cool boss is a lot harder when you're actually the stressed boss.
I know everything about my new furniture business. Well, everything except the whole business part.
Not anymore. With QuickBooks, you can confidently manage your business. New business, no problem.
Yeah.
Success starts with Intuit QuickBooks.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary!
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Tap water. How come?
Well, because...
Whoa.
Still 2-0 Maine in the bottom of the third inning. Rhode Island back up to the plate. Angelina Ailango playing center field today, moving over from left where she played in the first 2 games. Nickname is OG. Looking for her first hit of the regional. And she's doing it against someone who has been the best pitcher in the region, Lily Regan. That one's down and away. So we're 2.5 innings in. Still no hits in the game. Been a couple of errors, some walks, some stolen bases, and some great defensive plays and heads-up defensive plays. Now full count here for the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Elimination game, Maine and Rhode Island. The winner will go to the region championship game tomorrow at 1 p.m. That's a called strike 3. 6 strikeouts on the day for Lily Regan.
In a beautiful spot here, just on this outside corner. You got a 3-2 count. You got to battle that one beautifully on the corner by Regan. Outstanding spot. And I think if I'm Rhode Island and I'm looking at how do you attack a pitcher like Regan who is racking up the strikeouts, that's kind of typical for her, just work to get that barrel out. Just make contact. Not about a big swing. It's just about get that barrel to connect.
And a ground out for the 2nd out of the inning. Grace McGlynn been so solid at second base. Maybe even more than solid. She's been spectacular at some points. Handles this beautifully.
Good quick play. And again, this defense with the 6 strikeouts here it's been a little bit difficult to let the defense really do a lot of work. Look at that, just 1 ground out, no flyouts, and 6 strikeouts. So when you have a situation like that, like you don't have a lot of time. Sometimes defenses can sit back on their heels and just wait for the strikeout, and you have to be on your toes ready to make the play. And credit to McGlynn for just making that quick play, no problem.
Angela Field for her first at bat. She's the catcher for Rhode Island, and she's already thrown out a couple of runners, including to end that last inning. Picking a runner off of 3rd base. And that is ball 4. A 4-pitch walk, so 2-out walk. Puts a runner aboard for Rhode Island. They have threatened, but they have not gotten a run across. Gia Jose, the left-handed hitting of the identical twin Jose sisters. Liliana will bat after her in the order. Father Sean is one of the assistant coaches and coaches 3rd base for the Rhode Island State champions. Wearing a bunt. And that's in there for a strike. Trying to steal. Ball gets away. And Angela Field is in there with a stolen base.
Spires came across another situation where I think that the throw from Ireland beat the runner Field. Spires just could not hang on to it as she was going to put the tag on before the ball. You always want to think ball first. Get that ball in your glove, then go down to make the tag.
Ireland coming out to run the runner back.
Smart decision there. You give a runner a large lead and you're not paying attention and you don't give them that respect and don't run them back. Sometimes they can delay steal.
And in this, what's clearly shaping up is a close game. Runs at a premium. Got to find ways to creatively make opportunities for yourself, and as defense, got to be ready for it. Oklahoma State Cowgirls fan. Gia's teammates have given her the nickname Gia Bobia. And she takes ball 4, so a couple of 2-out walks surrendered by Lily Regan. Keeping this inning alive.
Number 8, Liliana Jose.
And Regan's been so good about being resilient. You get a runner, give up a hit, whatever it may be. No hits so far this game, of course, but you give up a free pass and she bounces back. She's been able to do it.
And there's manager Chris Bedard. Having a little refreshment drink with his daughter. Also making the mound visit. Got the team together. Keep them focused here. E.J. Regan, rather. Yeah, we have seen that. E.J. Regan, manager and dad of Lily, has actually a couple times done the bring the water out just as a water break and not have a visit. This was both, but clearly, hey, it's hot in the summer in New England and all over the place, of course, and hydration is big. And when you count on Lily Regan to come out here and deal inning after inning, hydration is pretty important.
And sometimes it's, sometimes it's just a symbol of resetting. If you're used to going out there and getting a quick water break, and you know that she kind of responds to that and resets her mind, the last pitch, much better pitch than the ones that we've seen before on the 2 straight walks. So sometimes those moments are just about resetting your mind. Good pitch there in the corner.
Yeah, not much a hitter's going to be able to do with that one. Liliana Jose. She wants to be a police officer when she grows up. And a swing and a miss. It's a drop. Well, the base is... Yeah, she's got to go with it because it's the last out of the inning. Yes, so drop third strike. They don't complete the play, and now the bases are loaded.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there from Ireland behind the plate. When you drop that third strike with 2 outs, you can run and the runners can advance. I think if you have less than 2 outs and first base is occupied, then that is a strikeout no matter what. But I think that whole scenario, maybe a little bit of a question of whether there were 2 outs or not.
Right.
But a win for Rhode Island nonetheless. This is an opportunity for them to score and really execute. Rhode Island, in their game yesterday, I think because of that bad first inning, they really weren't able to settle in offensively. It was such a hole to have to dig yourself out from. It's hard offensively to jump into it.
Big swing
here
from
now,
Adriana Garcia.
Yeah, here now is an opportunity, bases loaded, to really feel that momentum. This is the best they've done so far this game against Regan in the circle.
And Lily Regan comes up big again. Strikeout with the bases loaded.
She meant business on this. Great pitch, solid strike here in the zone for a bases loaded out big.
ShopLittleLeague.org is the destination for all your Little League official merchandise. Be a part of the excitement and gear up with Little League collectibles, apparel, World Series memorabilia, and a whole lot more. Get free shipping with your purchase of $50 or more today.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary!
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Do you ever just sit and think, that's so hot?
Need something spicy?
Yes. You've reached the Volcano Menu Hotline. This is Paris, expert on what's hot. How may I turn up the heat for you today? Don't know what to make for dinner? Babe, just order a volcano taco from Taco Bell. I'm literally eating one right now. Yes. You're welcome for calling. Bye. I'm the hot one.
Need even more spice? The Volcano Menu is back at Taco Bell.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, every way. That makes you the hero of every purchase. What's in your wallet?
Interesting scoreline as we get to the top of the 4th. Maine with a 2-0 lead. Neither team has a hit so far in this game, but it is still anyone's game in this elimination contest. The loser of this game, their summer of Little League softball, will sadly come to an end. The winner of this game is going to go to the New England Region Championship game tomorrow at 1 p.m. in Bristol. We'll have it for you on ESPN. Right now, Rhode Island after a really tough day yesterday, is definitely playing better, but they haven't been able to do anything against Lily Regan, who's got 8 strikeouts. So now Maine looking to tackle on a run or two here. There's Lily. She has carried the pitching staff here in Bristol. Mark Brown along with Jenny Ritter, as we see Luciano Cipolla, who's hanging in there nicely against this Maine team that has been on quite a run after dropping their first game. And that one just got away.
Yeah, and so with the tag out from Lila Boudreau in the last inning, Lydia Weeks is back up to bat. She was up to bat in that inning and now up again. Top of the lineup here. An opportunity to really go and attack Cipolla. They've seen her once. And this is really, in a lot of cases, in a lot of softball games, this is where you see the changes. You know, at this age, sometimes it's hard to look a little bit different that second time through the lineup, and why you see a lot of managers choosing to split pitchers the second time through the lineup. In this case, they stay with Cipolla, who's throwing well. But for Weeks, it's about finding that pitch. Now that you've seen it, second time through, find that pitch, drive it, put the ball in play.
Yeah, Rhode Island manager Chris Bedard told us, you know, he has a philosophy on how he handles his pitchers, and he's really keeping a close eye on various things. And he goes with kind of a little bit of a feel, right? And if he has to make a mound visit, he's reading the pitcher, and that's going to inform his decision.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think he also admittedly said he has a short leash. And if a pitcher looks like they're getting in trouble, he's got 3 able pitchers, and we'll look to see them mix as much as possible. Now, Cipolla, again, has been solid, of which case they haven't made that change. But if you see, to me here, as we're going in the top of the 4th, if you see Cipolla get in trouble at all, I would expect that they could alternate or switch a pitcher out here.
Nora Spires fouling that bunt. Still has not made an out as a hitter. 7 for 7 with some walks throughout the week. And actually she had an RBI double in the 4th inning of the elimination game versus Vermont for a 2-1 lead, and that stood up as the winning run. So not just racking up some numbers, pretty clutch as well. Here's a drop third strike, but first base was occupied at the start of the play, and that's what matters. So the out is made at the plate and doesn't need to be made at first base on this drop third strike.
Yeah, and we saw in the bottom of last inning, bases loaded with 2 outs. Excuse me, bases first and second with 2 outs. And the runner did advance. They were able to be safe, but that was because there were 2 outs. This is less than 2 outs. A runner was on first base, which meant first base was occupied. Now, that being said, Lydia Weeks did steal second base, and she's able to do that, but the runner, Spires, was called out on the strikeout.
Emily Ireland at the plate, down 0-1. She drops down a beautiful bunt. Santuri is there all over it, makes a clean play. So it'll be a sacrifice punt for Emily Ireland, moving Lydia Weeks over to third base.
Now batting, number 99.
Maine has done a good job using this bunt to put runners in the best position to score. The defense for Rhode Island has been solid. Santuri at third base, very good fielding this bunt, but Maine working to push one across every inning. It's kind of their game plan.
Maris Lopresti, a little bouncer back to the mound, and that will do it for the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 Maine.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary.
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
What's that, pizza?
No, it's KFC's $20 fill-up box.
Nuggets and chicken, biscuits and fries, a row of sauces? Does this mean pizza night is now chicken night?
Make it a chicken night with KFC's $20 fill-up box.
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn 2 times miles on every purchase.
The noise canceling. You're being too loud. Good choice. My lucky number.
Plus, earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel. What's in your wallet?
Nothing scary about Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the #1 longest-lasting AA battery.
So you want to be great? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that. Like this. Because greatness isn't about what you've done. It's about what you do next.
Well, both pitchers have been great today, but Lily Regan on fire. 8 strikeouts throughout the day, hitting that outside corner beautifully low in the zone and forcing these Rhode Island batters to swing and miss. Outstanding job by Regan so far. 35 Ks in this region. Just an outstanding job. She works at a fast pace, and that has made her so effective so far.
She has pitched all but 2/3 of the main innings here in Bristol, but she just keeps getting better and better, finding her groove. 18.1 innings pitched. I guess it might be a trivia question now at this point, but who's the only other pitcher who's been in the circle for Maine? It's Haley Elwell, in fact, and she just pitched 2/3 of an inning in the end of their first game, which was not a good one for Maine, but everything since has been awesome. Trying to hold on to that 2-0 lead. Bottom of the 4th. This is Rhode Island back at the plate. Natalie Santuri, who's done a nice job crashing down on those bunt attempts and getting the out at first base from her third base position. She likes to Snapchat. Pop up straight into the circle. And, of course, the Mid-Atlantic region is also here in Bristol, and that game will be coming up on this field just following our game. Jenny, you'll have the pleasure of calling that one with our friend Doug Sherman. Here is Luciano Cipolla. Loves math, loves to pitch, hit, play middle infield, real key part of this team. And one of the other kind of entertaining stories was when we asked Coach Chris Bedard about Luciana. He calls her Luch, first of all. And one of the things he said was, despite the fact that a lot of these girls weren't like close friends as they came in, she's kind of emerged as the mom of the group.
Taking care of business any way she can, right? In that circle or in the dorm room. Takes care of her teammates, and we're seeing a lot of that from her.
Oh, she put a good charge into that one, and we have our first hit of the game. Luch coming through.
Great at bat there from Cipolla here. All she did was get her barrel out, right? Get the barrel out in front of the plate and really work to connect the pitches that Regan has been bringing in the zone. Finds a way to drop it in. Beautiful job by Luciana Cipolla.
A 1-out single. Neither team had a hit before that, so Luciana Cipolla takes care of that little thing, and we'll see what Okalovic can do. The number 3 batter and first baseman, Mighty Hack at that. Quickly down 0-2.
You can almost feel a little bit from Regan that when she puts a runner on base, something else kicks in. Her pitches become a little bit crisper, they become a little bit flatter. And within that zone, and her answer back after giving a walker a hit has been solid the entire game. throughout this region as she grabs her 9th strikeout right there.
And Lila Riley
on that outside corner.
Lila Riley coming up next. Riley walked and stole a base in the 2nd inning. And since Luciano Cipolla is the pitcher, she's going to get a courtesy runner. You can do that for your pitcher or your catcher with 2 outs in the inning. There's the rule on the courtesy runner. It must be the player that made the last out. In this case, Alexa Ogalovich, now on first base. There is Lila Riley. 2 for 4 with a double so far here in Bristol. Chicken tenders is the favorite food for her, and that could probably be found at every single regional site concession stand. So what do we think? Barbecue sauce, honey mustard? Jenny, what do you prefer on those?
I feel like there's one answer, and the answer is ranch.
Ooh, okay.
And good ranch, not like so-so ranch, like good, honest to goodness ranch.
Yeah, like thick, not just like watery and flavorless.
Yeah. I mean, I need good restaurant-style ranch with my chicken tenders.
All right, I got you. Couple of walks here. Rather, a single and a walk. First and second now as Cara Tortolano, the shortstop, comes up. Struck out her first time up. It seems every time Rhode Island has gotten a couple runners on or got to scoring position, Lily Regan has had the answer. Oh, rides that one in. That is a tough pitch.
Yeah, it was good movement as it cut the corner and then moved further in. Tortolano, I think, didn't think it was a strike, but all it has to do is catch the corner of that plate.
You saw in that last graphic that, you know, we've asked the players who their favorite superhero is, and as a dad, I'm happy to see that hers is her dad. I don't think my kids would say that, but that's neither here nor there. Her dad is her superhero. Oh, it catches the outside corner for strike 3.
And again with the bounce back is Lily Regan finding a way to use these Ks and make them count on that outside corner. Just a beautiful strike for a caught looking.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary.
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
With Amazon's back-to-school deals, you can save money by spending less of it.
Makes sense.
Oh, I see what you did there.
What?
What?
I don't get it.
It's a great lot. And the previous owner was really into DIY.
Okay.
Automatic shades. Stair slide.
At least we could bundle our home and car insurance with Geico.
True.
Super slippery. Woo!
Is that a chinchilla?
Yes. Wait till you see this. A Murphy tub.
Finding a perfect home is hard. Thankfully, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save.
What?
Look at all that floor space.
The Little League Softball Regionals on ESPN are presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Still a very tight game, heading now for the top of the 5th inning. Maine holding on to a 2-0 lead over Rhode Island in this elimination game. Winner to the New England Region Championship game against Connecticut. And unfortunately, the loser of this game has to head home for the summer and get ready for school. Lily Regan, the story of the game so far for Maine, has allowed just the 1 hit, struck out 10 in the circle. Now has a chance to help herself at the plate. Now, Jenny, I know you made your name and career as a pitcher, but talk to me about your bat.
Well, good ground ball here. Oh, gets past.
We don't have to talk about
Regan
your
is
bat.
safe. We can talk about my bat. My bat was solid in high school. Did not hit in college. Well, I hit my freshman year. I had one recorded at bat. It was a walk. Actually, so it wasn't recorded as an at bat. But I did get on base. I was a doubles hitter that had no running speed, but could hit the ball well. But took my talents somewhere else and allowed my team to hit once we got to college.
All right.
I just had a passion for pitching. Some people don't have a passion for hitting, and that was kind of where my world was. It was about, focusing on the defense. I've always been defensive-minded, even in basketball, and when I played that. And so there's just certain pitchers that would rather focus on that, and others like Lily Regan who want to be a two-way player.
And the way the system works too, right? The further along you get, the higher level you get, then, it becomes a PO, pitcher only, position player. They like to make that break for you, whether you like it or not, right?
Yeah, and in spite of the fact that I was a PO, I actually enjoy seeing pitchers that can hit. I think that it says a lot about their athleticism and their mindset. What goes on between the ears when you're able to turn off what's going on in the circle and step up at the plate and have a completely different mindset and help your team that way. Sometimes it's really hard to be a PO and just watch your offense, do the job for you, and you can't contribute in that way. So it takes an awful lot of trust.
Yep. So if you're Lily Regan, who's on first base after getting on an error, now moves to second on the walk. So first and second, but right, you enjoy being able to do that as long as you can.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Haley Elwell is now coming to the plate with nobody out and 2 on. She squares to bunt, and that one gets by, so she won't need to bunt them over. They're already on the move. Really on the move. Wow. Getting a freebie there as Lily Regan circles the bases.
Important insurance run there as you're getting later in this game. This is where you got to play clean defense. This one gets past, allows Regan to get to third base, but then an unnecessary throw from field. You see a hit by pitch there. But an unnecessary throw that gets past third base and allows Regan to score.
Now batting.
And this is where you want to play your cleanest defense, keep your free passes off the base path.
So this is Chris Bedard out to the mound. What he told us is his philosophy is you walk 2 batters in a row, he's out there for a visit, and then he sees how you're reacting and what feel he gets for what's going to happen next. This was not a back-to-back walk situation. It was an error to get the first base person on, then a walk, now a hit by pitch with a wild pitch in between that.
Yeah, and I kind of felt a little bit like it was getting away from the defense as well. So I'm not surprised that Coach Bedard has chosen to make the change. Looks like he's going to make the change and remove Sapola as a pitcher.
Or perhaps just get her a different glove as she moves out to her next position. We'll have to see. This is Bree Bedard. It is the manager, Chris Bedard's daughter, who has pitched in each of the first 2 games. Not a ton, as he's moved a lot of pitchers in and out, including Kara Tortolano, who was the starting pitcher yesterday. So the warm-up will continue here. And we've been pointing you to Friday as a huge game for Little League softball. You will see 6 consecutive regional championship games, beginning with the Southeast at 11 a.m. Jenny and I will be bringing you that New England Regional Championship at 1 p.m., all on ESPN, followed by the Central, West, Mid-Atlantic, as Jenny will have double duty doing that one with Doug Sherman, and then the Northwest. So if you do the math, which is not my forte, it's 12 straight hours of regional championship softball. So just lock it in and rip the knob off at that point and watch some incredible drama as teams look to book their spots in Greenville. Connecticut is waiting in the championship game for the winner of this game, Rhode Island and Maine, which at the moment is a 3-0 Maine lead at the plate in the top of the 5th. New York will be part of that Mid-Atlantic championship game. Off day for them. They're going to do some hitting, watch some softball in the New England region. Looks like a confident group, Jenny. Remember those days?
Yeah, absolutely. In New York, they've been great this week. They've had some come from behind victories and really had a great game yesterday against New Jersey. So you'll see them in the championship and expect to see them play well.
All right, 1 run already in. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. So Maine with a real chance to get some separation here. They've been stuck on those 2 runs since the first inning and now have pushed 1 more across. Big Savannah Bananas fan, Amaya Levine, up at the plate. Yeah.
The Savannah Bananas are crazy.
They are crazy. You have to love them. Whole different take on baseball. They have taken the fun part of it to record levels.
No doubt about it. But to me, I love that these athletes are seeing that kind of baseball and getting excited about it. Excited about baseball players in the major league, and then excited about professional softball players and collegiate softball players as well. So they're grabbing kind of inspiration and excitement from everywhere in the sport. I think it's great.
Maya Levine around the bunch. She drops that one in there. They will go to third base and safe at third. The throw was there, but Natalie Santuri had not gotten back to the bag in time.
And this is one of those situations where when you're in a bunt situation, you have to be careful because you're charging, or you should be charging. Santuri doesn't, but she also doesn't get back to the base at third, makes the throw, and she's just unable to have that foot on the bag. Safe call, bases loaded. Still no outs here.
So 3-0 is the Maine lead. They've got the bases loaded. We're in the top of the 5th inning. They still haven't gotten a hit yet, officially. But they have wrought some havoc with the bunts and the base running.
I mean, how amazing is that? 3 runs, bases loaded, no hits. I mean, very indicative of the fact that, free passes can hurt you, but Maine's ability to me, like their MO offensively is put the ball in play via a bunt and try to push at least an inning across.
Grace McGlynn lines that one into center field. What a time for the first hit for Maine, and driving in some more runs. They are starting to grab control of this one.
And just a solid swing, a barrel out on this ball against Bree Bedard. Drives it back up the middle, drops in. Now you can see the excitement from Maine. Look at the moves. Get later in this game when you start putting your ball in play, loading the bases. Now you're starting to feel that W coming quick.
This has always felt like Maine's game, but they haven't really broken it out yet. This is the opportunity to do it. Nobody out. 2 runs in already. And the bases loaded again. Pop foul, back towards the screen. That's a great play by Angela Field. How hard is that? Going straight back.
A lot harder than you think. The backspin of a ball that goes straight back like that to make the play.
Now batting, number 17.
Just an outstanding job.
Good time to give catchers a shout out, give them some love. I know you have to be very much on board with that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I love catchers. And check that is Lila Riley behind the plate.
Oh.
Now, who made that play? Let's give credit where credit's due, right?
Now she's framing stuff.
I love seeing her behind that plate, but she did an outstanding job, and obviously your pitchers have to count on your catchers to do the job well. Have a lot of trust. And they're in every single pitch with you, and I've always said this, catchers get no glory, pitchers get all of it, in spite of the fact that they are involved in every single pitch that you are.
Yep, she brings a lot of joy and a lot of energy to whatever she's doing out there. And that one missing outside, that's going to walk in a run. Didn't miss by much.
Now batting, number 13, Peyton Campasso.
It's hard to come into a relief position, try to learn where that strike zone is. Every umpire is just a touch different.
Here's Peyton Campasso. Her superstition is untied cleats. You know, it seems like a lot of coaches would say you can't have that superstition because I need your cleats to be tied.
Bringing it back to my alma mater, but we had a football quarterback that did not tie his shoes. We called him shoelaces. Denard Robinson was his name. Played a little
Wow,
in the NFL.
I know who that is. I did not realize.
Ran
that.
himself out of his shoes. Yeah. Hey, if it works, it works, right?
It did work for him, didn't it?
Yeah.
So 5-0 now for Maine. Bases still loaded, but 2 outs. A little switch of the bats there. Lots of smiles on that Maine side right now. Lydia Weeks swing and a miss. Scored the first run of the game. And another foul pop out to end the inning. Well, that's how they're feeling. Maine getting close to a championship game.
Le sage de beurre est dans le brouillard. Baissiner avec 20 minutes, c'est qui vite faut dry out. And voilà.
This is gonna taste.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary!
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
It's a great lot. And the previous owner was really into DIY.
Ah. Is that a chinchilla?
Yes. Stair slide, a Murphy tub.
Finding a perfect home is hard. Thankfully, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. Yee, classic beef and cheddar hard. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Maine has pushed their lead to 5-0 with Rhode Island coming to the plate in the bottom of the 5th in this 6th inning game. Here's what the bracket looks like. Connecticut has already advanced through to the championship game from that top bracket. In the elimination bracket, that's where our game is coming from. Rhode Island and Maine, the winner of this will take on Connecticut tomorrow in the New England Region Championship game. And Lily Regan and Maine are in complete control, or so it would seem at the moment. 6 outs away from that date with Connecticut tomorrow. And Jenny, how do you kind of avoid the feeling of desperation right now? Because you know what's on the line if you're Rhode Island.
Yeah, and I think, the key is to just fire away one at a time. And it's hard when you have a pitcher, too, that's racking up strikeouts like Regan is. She grabs her 11th right there, but you've just got to keep swinging. You've got to be aggressive, get your barrel to connect, maybe be a little bit shorter with your swing. Maybe a little bit more bunt situation. Take a little bit of what Maine's been doing. Find a way to get on base, and you really got to work to get that momentum in your favor. If you don't bring that momentum a little bit back your way and believe that you can make it happen, it's a really tough hill to climb.
Oh, there's a good swing and into right center field for a base hit. Ella Lamar, what a time to get her first hit of the week.
And again, short to the ball, just gets her barrel on the ball and is able to drive it back into the outfield. When you have a pitch that's coming in straight, I love that energy. To me, that was, I got it done. Good. Get fired up about it. Get herself on base, and again, string them together, right? Pass the bat is a good way of having the conversation of any way you can. Pass the bat to the next batter. Do your job. Let your teammate do the rest.
Angelina Ialongo chasing that one up, fouled it back, and it's now 0-2. And 0-2 counts. We've seen a lot of them, and it is not a good place to be if you're facing Lily Regan.
Again, almost every single time that a hit or a walk, a free pass has been given up, Regan has been phenomenal about bouncing back. That batter after the free pass or the hit matters more than anything. This pitch brought up in the zone forces Ialongo to go fishing.
That one is down and away. And with that speed and the feel right that it's rising on you, it's tough to chase those up.
Yeah.
Well, tough to be successful. Easy to chase them.
I mean, literally after every hit or free pass, with the exception of the 3rd inning where she issued 2 walks in a row, she has responded with 1 or 2 strikeouts. I mean, that's just turning it up a notch and saying, I'm going to take care of it myself in that circle. And her consistency for Regan as she gets older is going to be about just being consistent and having that energy from day one.
Lydia Weeks wins the race to the bag, retires Lawson Bastilla, and Maine is 3 outs away.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary!
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Hey guys, Angel here, and let me show you guys my room dripped out with Amazon for less. So I got all this new stuff in all my favorite colors. Light pink, hot pink, off pink. I like to get a little wild sometimes. I like a clean room, no trash.
Get that garbage out of here. This room lame anyway, all this pink. Y'all, let's go to my room. This is my desk. I rock the box and drop legendary bars. And I study too.
Girl, I've never seen you study before.
Yeah, study, because you're never in my room when I'm studying.
Here is a look at the regions across these great United States. Regional champions will be determined tomorrow, all day and well into the night. Join us at 11 a.m. for the Southeast region and stay all the way through the Northwest region. All games on ESPN, 12 straight hours of regional championship softball with everything at stake. A trip to Greenville, North Carolina, and the Little League Softball World Series. That is the Pennsylvania team. They'll be taking on New Jersey. That's a 1 p.m. start. Also here at the Bristol site, the host of both the New England and Mid-Atlantic region. And that, of course, an elimination game. There's some game faces on there. With the ground ball back to the pitcher. Bree Bedard handles it and retires for the out. First out of the inning. And my goodness, Nora Spires has been retired 2 times in a row after being 7 for 7 in the tournament. I think if her team can pull out this victory, she'll get over that pretty quick.
No doubt about it. Always a team effort, but when you can perform 7 for 7 as long as she did, great job.
Ground ball, Cara Tortolano coming up with it, making a smooth play.
And a good job by this defense, too. I mean, the key right here for this defense right now is to get out of the inning as quickly as possible. So far, well done. Tortolano throwing a strike to first base to get out number 2, and 2 quick outs here.
Bring up Maris Lopresti. And if you were a fan of the main team or watched some of these games last year, her big sister, Catherine Lopresti, was on that team. Now little sister Maris gets a chance, and she drops a beautiful bunt down the third base line and is safe at first. That's her speed hit of the week.
Yeah, she had some good speed. She dropped that bunt down, and she's able to get down that line quick. It forces Santuri to make a quick throw. This one just off target. Okulovich tries to get that foot down, and she jumps for the ball and can't get it down in time.
That'll bring up Lily Regan, whose role model is her teammate and catcher, Emily Ireland. Great relationship between those two on and off the field, and obviously the important battery for this team. But according to E.J. Regan, who is Lily's dad, they spent a ton of time together in the off-season working on that game, and it shows. And Lily Regan shows the bat there as well. Single up the middle into center field. Maris Lopresti will make it all the way over to third, so first and third with 2 outs.
This is momentum. If you're Maine, you want to build. If you finish this game as it is and you're finding a way to push more runs across or even put your barrel on the ball, she goes down and gets this ball low in the zone and is able to get a hit. Like, this is the momentum that you can go and build into that championship. And Maine has just continually over their last 3 games, including this one, just built momentum little by little by little. They're playing well together.
This is Kenzie Frank, who takes the second pitch for strike 2. 2 outs, runners on the corners. Maine very much in command, but would love to push another one across here to go to the bottom of the 6th. And attempting to bunt with the 2 strikes, foul ball. So that is strike 3. Rhode Island down to their final 3 outs. That's coming up, bottom 6th.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary.
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
It's a great lot. And the previous owner was really into DIY.
Okay.
Automatic shades. Stair slide.
At least we could bundle our home and car insurance with Geico.
True.
Super slippery. Woo.
Is that a chinchilla?
Yes. Wait till you see this. A Murphy tub.
Finding a perfect home is hard. Thankfully, Geico makes it easy to bundle and save.
Look at all that floor space. What's that, pizza?
No, it's KFC's $20 fill-up box. Nuggets and chicken, biscuits and fries, a row of sauces? Does this mean pizza night is now chicken night?
Make it a chicken night with KFC's $20 fill-up box.
With Armor All stain-repelling technology, it's easy to everyday proof your car.
Thank you so much.
No matter how tough the job is. Armor All technology. Less work, more clean.
Welcome back to the Little League Softball Regionals. The New England region, Maine, very much in command, up 5-0 with Rhode Island coming to the plate in the bottom of the last, 3 outs away from elimination from this New England Region Championship Tournament in Bristol. Lily Regan has been in the circle from moment one, and she starts off her first hitter with strike 1. Angela Field. Mark Brown along with Jenny Ritter. The story has been the comeback from a brutal opening loss, and Lily Regan in many ways.
Yeah, Lily Regan has really kept her team in this game, a chance to win. She's gotten the run support today, but she's gotten a lot of Ks, 11 of them. She's been able to scatter them around and really bounce back anytime a runner would get on base.
And that is strike 3. Now 2 outs away from a date with Connecticut in the New England Region Championship game.
A good spot here. This pitch that goes up in the zone is forcing these Rhode Island hitters. They're swinging underneath it. She's able to throw that because she gets ahead with that low pitch on the inside and outside corner for a called strike.
Gia Jose. Good looking swing, but all she can do there is foul it back down 0-2. We said her twin sister Liliana wants to be a police officer. Gia can't decide between what she wants to be, whether it's going to be a farmer or a pro softball player. What do you think? What would you do?
I think she should do both.
Why not do
be a pro softball player and in the off season grow some crop as a farmer? I think it sounds great.
That's right. You got to dream big. You can have it all, right?
Absolutely. Don't limit yourself.
2-2 count. Just outside. She walked in her first appearance back in the 3rd inning. And she's got another one here, so has been on base twice. Keeping hope alive.
Now batting number 8, Liliana Jose.
And this is where her twin sister, Liliana here, needs to step up to the base, to home and really look to drive or put the ball in play, because again, this is where Regan has been her best, shutting down the next batter.
Dancing off first base there. Gia trying to force a mistake. Maine hasn't made many of those in their last 3 games. Liliana probably would want that one back. Now down 0-2.
And no doubt about it. And if I'm Regan, I'm throwing that up pitch again. You see somebody swing at a pitch that high in the zone, you throw it up there again.
Tried to. This time Liliana wasn't going for it. Another throw down to first base. Well, Liliana got on a drop 3rd strike in the 3rd inning. And that ball scoots away from the catcher. So a drop 3rd is still a possibility here now with first base open.
And if you're this defense, this Rhode Island defense, or Regan specifically, like, the runner does not matter. You've got a 5-run lead. It's about getting outs. And even if that run scores, it's not enough to win the ball game. So you just keep going at the batter at the plate.
That is a good point. Get those outs. You can trade a base here and there. Ground ball to second base. Not handled cleanly. And we are safe all around. First and third. The Jose, identical twin sisters, starting a one-out rally.
Yeah, good hard hit ball here. McGlynn was playing a little bit deep to charge the ball and just didn't get the glove on the ball.
And that is ruled a base hit, so that's the first hit of the week for Liliana. Congratulations to her. Quick visit to the mound from E.J. Regan. Rehydration for the pitcher and a refocus. Might have said what you said somewhere in there, right? Hey, we don't care about the base runners. Getting out.
Yeah, I mean, that's as simple as it is. A 5-run lead to me as a pitcher is a lot of cushion. You can get 3 outs before 5 runs. That's kind of how you got to look at it. But the big key is your defense has to do the job behind you. And you as a pitcher have to be the best that you are here in this last inning. You've got to finish it. Shut the door. Good pitch there.
This is Adriana Garcia. Liliana Jose takes second base. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and the second out. 1 out away for Maine to get to the New England Region Championship game.
Good spot right there on the corner. Gets Garcia swinging and missing for the second strikeout that she's had. Now top of the lineup here. Centuri seeing Regan for the 3rd time. 2 on 4. This is an opportunity to really get a 2-out rally here, a necessary 2-out rally.
Shows bunts, fouls it off for 1-1 count. Reminder, the winner of this game is going to the New England Region Championship game against Connecticut. That's Friday, tomorrow, 1 p.m. Catch that one on ESPN, the mothership. Big swing from Natalie Santori, but swings through the Lily Regan fastball. Looking for strikeout number 15. But most importantly, to close out this victory. Not yet.
Not a bad miss. Yeah, not a bad miss out there on that outside corner. Just falling off the plate. Good job by Santuri to not go fishing for that.
Swing and a miss, and Maine has done it. They've won it 5-0 and will play Connecticut in the New England Region Championship game. Our coverage will continue tomorrow with 6 championship games beginning 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Coverage of the New England Championship will be at 1 Eastern. Don't go far. Coming up next, an elimination game between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. I'm Mark Brown for Jenny Ritter. We will see you tomorrow afternoon.
Are you on your way?
Yep, coming.
And Mom and Dad?
Don't worry, they'll be there.
Happy anniversary.
Go beyond the expected with the #1 most dependable mass market brand 3 years in a row by J.D. Power. Kia, movement that inspires.
Hot nuts, popcorn, bundling
Nuts and popcorn and savings. Just like bundling your home and car with Geico.
Whoa! Hey, I know you.
Yeah, hi.
Now, you know, the guy who helped me bundle my home and car, he's great.
Probably thought you were somebody else. Geico.
Like Mike, if I could be like Mike.
You want to be like the greats? First, believe you are. Greatness requires drip, not like that. Like this. The greats aren't afraid to